All right, welcome back, everybody. We're back here with Tate Hermann and Hudson Dinger, part of Cheyenne State Championship winning baseball teams. They knocked off Minot on Saturday up at Kraft Field. Have you guys have you played Legion ball up at Kraft before? Was that your first experience up there?
That was my first time playing there on their new turf.
What'd you think of it?
Because it was pretty nice.
Yeah.
They redid a lot of
They
stuff.
did.
Because last time I was there was my sophomore year, and it was definitely it needed a little work. There were some rough patches out on the turf.
You got to. Did anybody hit a home run this weekend? Because you got to really hit it to get it out of there.
Not for our team.
Okay.
Yeah. There were a couple of.
Was there a couple? Okay.
Yeah. Horace hit a couple.
Okay. All right, so we got to talk about the play because there's one play in the championship game that went viral on Saturday, and I'm watching the game on Extra, and our guy Sam Getzinger's calling it. Kyle, you can go ahead and roll it. I'll let you guys describe what exactly happened on this. There was a collision that happened at home plate in the, I think, top of the second inning here of what went down of a play at second base. Actually, we'll get the right tape here in a second. These are the highlights of the game. You guys load it up when you're second. But we'll do the backstory on this. So it's right top of the second. Game is scoreless, if I have that right.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. No worries. And here's the play at the plate. We got to give a shout out to your catcher here who took the ultimate shot.
He is tough
Jackson
as nails.
Zavadil. Okay, so there it is. The ball was dropped, right? So initially, the runner is called safe. So, Hudson, you take it from there. For you're obviously at first base. What was your angle on this? What went down?
I mean, I was still shocked. I was a little late to seeing it because I was obviously following the ball. In my mind, I was like, holy, that's a good throw. We're going to have him. And then I see him just light him up.
It was a football hit, man.
I mean, if it wasn't state championship, I definitely would have, I think, wanted to go out and, like, say something or do, like, support my catcher. But I also know that he was 100% going to get thrown out. And I didn't want to, like, just add on to myself getting thrown out because I definitely wanted to be there for my team or anything else.
So they talked about it. They couldn't review it, but they overturned the call. They ended up calling the base runner out. I believe the Minot coach got ejected, correct, from that, or the player got ejected?
The player did.
Okay.
You can see in the video that almost as soon, because he kind of like stands over him after he hits him. And
right.
I think the umpire
Right.
tosses him right away.
That part there. Yeah.
He goes right there, tosses him.
Mm-hmm.
Tate, what was your view? I know you're in the outfield.
Yeah.
What was your view on this?
Well, as I see the ball hit. I'm like, it's softly hit. It's a play where Landon can make a throw to home, and it's a nice hop right to him. And then next thing I know, Zavi's getting knocked over at the plate, and I've never seen that before in a high school baseball game.
We've seen it more often now in the majors where guys they're protected now. You cannot the catchers. You can't block the play. You can't have that happen anymore. So the fact that it happened in a game like this, I mean, what was your reaction after seeing that?
It's like it's stuff you see in old highlights where like the screen is still black and white, just guys absolutely running over the catchers. But
all right, so after the inning, when you get to see Jackson, was he okay? I mean, he stayed in the game. He didn't come out. What was his reaction?
I mean, he's like tough as nails, as I said earlier. So I mean, he almost just didn't have a reaction. He took the hit, got back up, and he was just ready to go and win. I think he had an amazing game. So,
how much do they think that inspire you guys? That get you guys going? Then something like that happen?
Yeah, that definitely did. Seeing one of our teammates get like lit up like that, I think they were going crazy, talking trash, and like going like that. So,
the fact that a play like that happened, and then I'm on social media because I'm on too much. Sunday afternoon, that plays on there from somebody that's not from North Dakota. Then it was out again yesterday. Did you guys get wind that it went viral?
It was. We actually saw it as soon as we got on the bus after the game. Some guy posted it from like Dickinson or something, like commenting on it about his opinion, and it was like, yeah, it kind of spiraled from there.
Yeah.
And now a bunch of people are seeing it.
Because I wish we would have had time for it yesterday. That's why we're running it today for the first time. So, did you get wind that this had a life of its own? That it was going viral here?
I remember like we were checking the comments on it and reading them, and like throughout the bus ride, we would just like keep going back in the night, and like it was just getting more and more and blowing up, and it was wild.
If you're the base, so let's say Tate, you're the base runner in that. What is I guess the best way to do that? You're trying to get in, obviously, but how do you do that now without that happening, I guess is my question.
Well, I think you gotta try to slide and try to get at least like underneath his throw And he didn't even catch the ball, so like it would have been different if he had the ball and tagged him, but he dropped it. And
Right.
if the kid just got his hand in there, he would have been safe without any confrontation.
And I'm not throwing Aiden Deal, the runner, onto the ball. I mean, you're trying to make a play to win a game. It's a state championship game. You're going to do anything you can to make a play. It's just it's so uncommon in high school baseball, Hudson, to see a play like that.
It was weird. I think he definitely could have just slid around him. That's usually what I try and do. But like, he just stumbled and decided to truck him. I don't know.
I saw it in my living room as I was getting ready to come do softball, and I stood up. I'm like, whoa, did that just happen in a high school baseball game? I did not expect that, but that added to obviously take us through it. So after that happens, how did that affect the team playing forward, and obviously how the game played out?
Yeah, I think we met outside the dugout and kind of was like, all right, this is it.
Plus, it took forever. Like, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Tate,
Yeah.
but that went like 15 minutes.
Yep, it was
right. So, what were they discussing? I guess is my question.
I think they were trying to decide, like, because the guy that hit it, I think, took second on the throw. So I think they were trying to decide whether he's got to stay back, if the run's gonna count, or if they should throw the guy out of the game. And,
Yeah.
it did take a while.
Were
though.
you were obviously in the infield? Could you hear any of the conversation that was going on?
No, not really.
Okay.
I could hear their coach was complaining to them a lot. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think he knew that their player was getting ejected.
Was going to get thrown out of the
obviously
game.
didn't want that. It's their fourth hitter.
Right.
But I think they like immediately had him out. So I think most of the fuss then was, is there going to be another out? I know they were still deciding.
Okay.
Because I think they're at one point going to say that there wasn't an out. And so it was just going to stay one out. He was going to stay at second, but he's just ejected. So
As for baseball, that has to seem like an eternity, right? You're out in the
Yeah.
outfield. You got to be wondering what the heck's going on, right?
I think I walked into the infield and started to talk to my middle infielders, like, because we can't hear anything that's
Right.
going on. I'm trying to figure it out, like, what are they talking about, stuff like that.
All right, so that happens. How does the rest of the game play out in your mind that after a play like that went down?
Yeah, I think it was kind of like an eye opener because the first inning was a little slow. I think we went 3 up, 3 down, and we kind of met outside the dugout, and it was like, all right, here we go. We got to put some pressure on them, and kind of, yeah.
So to have and we talked about it earlier. We have the video of the final out when they get it to 6-5. You sweating then?
it is very scary. A lot
Time
of emotions
runs
were
on.
going through.
Time runs on base. I mean, here we go again,
Best
right?
hitter in the States on deck. And I think when that ball was hit, I think my heart skipped multiple beats. But I think Max catching it, I just forgot everything.
Okay, so in the dog pile, where were you then at the end of the game?
I was very close to the bottom. I actually had like a huge cut on my foot from someone's cleat. I know our starting pitcher that game, Rolfson, got like a huge turf run up here.
Seriously, it's worth it now, right?
It's so worth it.
How about for you? So everything already happens where you're out in the outfield,
Yeah,
right?
I'm coming in from center right there. Flaring
Did you
my
airmail
eyes.
anybody there?
No, I see Caden coming through just over the top, so I knew, watch out, he was coming in hot. But yeah, definitely got scared when he hit the last out
Yeah.
right to Max. It was like anywhere to his left or right, little higher, and it's probably a tie game.
To end your high school career with that, what's that mean to you?
It was very special because in the fall we won it for football, and there was a couple kids from the football team on there, and we were kind of just like, wow, 2 state championships in 1 year, like that doesn't happen to your average person, so we're pretty lucky.
For you, obviously, you got another year to go, but to send Tate, the other seniors out, what does that mean?
I mean, yeah, I think I agree with him. It's also very special, especially winning like that, 7 seeding, coming back with them after all the struggles we'd been through. I think last year not even making state and losing. So I think it was huge just to be able to get them one more championship, and then hopefully we can go back and do it next year.
Yeah, I think everybody was ready to put dirt on Cheyenne baseball. Hey, they won 3 in a row.
Yep.
You guys didn't make it last year. Like, okay, it was a good run. Does that think, hey, we're still here around?
Definitely shows for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Last year was tough, but it kind of shows that we can do it every year.
So we were visiting in break, guys, about the level of baseball in the state. You live it. Hudson, I'll start with you. Where are we at right now? Why has it gotten so good, in your opinion?
I'd say a lot more like people putting time into it. I mean, like coaches. There's more buildings being built. We're getting like a new huge facility out in West Fargo,
right?
The ball yard. There's a lot more people coming back and just like supporting everyone around each other, trying to get everyone better. And then, there's people out traveling. Like I think Drew Rarick, he went out like all 3 years of high school. He was out traveling down south.
Yeah, he was
and
playing
then,
everywhere. That's right.
I got to be his catch partner for the winter, and him and his dad were just giving me all the knowledge.
How was
he
that?
could. It was amazing. It's very scary.
I was going to say catching, because Drew can throw near 100. How was handling that?
It looks like he'd better like just softly throw it, and then it just comes in like a missile at you. And I had like a new glove that was like rubber, and it was like, I think my hands were red at the end of each day.
That's
it was just
fantastic.
missile.
You're going to go play collegiately at Bismarck State. Describe that of the opportunity to play at the next level, and obviously the big changes that are happening out there that they're now going to be a 4-year school.
Obviously, they're moving to the NAI division, which helped my decision. Kind of like there's some stability here I can be there for 4 years, still get a good education, stuff like that. They're building a lot of nice stuff, and our class is coming in. There's a couple kids. There's another kid, Parker Henrich from here, Grayson Doctor, Espen Westby, and Drake Kunza from Moorhead.
Yep.
And we've all kind of got together and hung out, got to know each other a little bit better, and make it easier next year on us.
Knowing also that the travel's going to be, you're going to go play in Montana quite a bit. You still get to play Valley City, Mayville, obviously. I think Dickinson as well, but you're going to be putting on the miles. What do you tell me about that? What that looks forward to?
Going to be a lot of long bus rides. I know in the early spring we take a bus down to Arizona and go play there. A couple games, kind of get exposed to some better schools, but it'll definitely be fun.
Okay.
Gonna get to know my teammates pretty well.
All right, last thing before I let you go, because you're in the midst of the recruiting deal right now. How's that going? And are you hoping to have a decision soon?
It's definitely a lot. I'm hoping to have my decision around this fall.
Okay.
I think that's when I can get out and travel more. We'll be done with Legion by then. That's when I did more like last year, and I just want to go somewhere with a good culture and people I can have fun with and win. Obviously,
that's all you're used to. Both of you guys is used to winning, so that's all it happens. So when does Legion start? Like today? When do you guys start playing?
We have our first game at 7:30 today. Yep. We had
See, I'm a big fan of moving everything back. Like you guys start playing. When's your first practice? Like March what? Like 15th?
Yeah, I don't know. Remember
it's
what
crazy.
the exact
I don't
day
get
is,
it. Like I've been on this for like 7 years of moving the high school spring season back a week. What would be the harm of you guys having state this weekend, right?
Yeah, I think it'd be cool, but
I know Legion starts, and you don't want to mess with that. You got AAU basketball. Everyone's got stuff going on, but
yeah,
right.
EDC though wouldn't be during school season, which I think I like.
Okay,
because it can help bring out more fans sometimes.
For sure.
If we're at home,
that's a good point. Yeah, because people scatter. You're right. I hear you.
Thing is, with the Fargo schools, though, they still have school during the.
It's true.
This week they still had it.
Yep.
I know South. A lot of their students came to the game and were along the fence cheering.
We'll solve that another time. This was awesome, guys. Thanks so much for coming in. Congratulations. Enjoy your couple days off because you're right back doing it. And thanks again for doing this morning, okay?
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Tate Hermann and Hudson Dinger here in studio, part of Cheyenne State Championship baseball team that won it on Saturday in a Collision Fest game over Minot. We'll take our final break. We'll come back. We'll wrap things up and get you ready for a busy Sports Tuesday. Hot Mike wraps after this on WDAY Extra at Inforum.com.